So good morning. Today we've got OLLI at the University of New Hampshire, and this is a member-driven, volunteer-based educational program for lifelong learners who are eager to explore ideas and interests in a safe and relaxed environment with a community of peers, much like our own Granite State ambassadors. So today we're delighted to have Tori Berube with us, and she's going to talk about this wonderful organization. Tori's the program manager for OLLI at UNH, and she's back with us to update us on OLLI's upcoming term that starts on Monday, August 26th. And here's some other exciting OLLI news. So, Tori, why don't you tell us a little bit of background about OLLI?
Well, hi, Kelly, and thanks for having me, and hello to all my GSA friends. So OLLI, as you mentioned, is a member-driven, volunteer-driven learning experience for older adults. And we typically say for adults that are over the age of 50, but we don't check IDs at the door, so older adults. And we offer courses that are enrichment courses, courses that folks might have wished they had studied when they were in high school or in college, or they never had the time to learn about. And it gives them a way to meet others, learn about a passion, grow a passion, have some fun. And the best part is it's all learning with no tests, no quizzes, and no homework.
My favorite kind.
Yeah. So we have been here in the state of New Hampshire since 2004. So we are turning 20 this year. And folks may remember that we were OLLI at Granite State College. And about a year and a half ago, we became part of UNH. So we are OLLI at UNH. We have four learning regions across the state, one in Mount Washington Valley, one in the capital region, one in Manchester, and one out on the seacoast. So we offer our courses, about 340 courses a year throughout those learning regions. And we also offer them on Zoom. So about 30% of our classes are offered for our members on Zoom, which has been a tremendous asset and an outcome from COVID, right? So now we do classes online. The best part is any of our members can take any of our classes, no matter where they are. So if you look at our course catalog and you see a class on the seacoast that's of interest, and you live in Conway and you'd like to go, you're absolutely welcome to do so. So we offer these 340 courses in things like arts and creative arts, or art appreciation, or history, which is a really big, vast topic for us. And that's usually where the most of our courses are. Music and films and religion and philosophy and cooking. We actually have a couple of cooking classes. And then we have a lot of courses that are really out in the community. So much like what a GSA does, go out and see something, put your boots on the ground, see it, experience it. So some of our out in the community tours are things like visiting. One of my favorites is up in North Conway, where they go to a local bagel shop and they learn how to make the bagels. Or visiting out on the seacoast, the American Independence Museum. And so getting out in the community and going someplace to learn more about that environment. In fact, this term we have two classes being offered at Strawberry Bank, which we haven't done for a while, or the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. Um, and then we also have a variety of classes that are just getting out and exploring nature, right? So outdoor adventures. So some hikes, or some, we just had a group that went to the Redstone Quarries up in Mount Washington in the Conway area. And we always have hikes out on the seacoast or in a variety of places, guided tours that we'll offer.
Oh, that sounds so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. It really is. And our members love being able to pursue something that they haven't pursued before, or come back to something that they just didn't have the time when they were working or they were raising a family to do. So now they get to come back and do that. One of my favorite classes that we just had was with a presenter who dries her own flowers. And the class came together. She brought in her flowers and they sat and made beautiful artwork out of her botanicals. So just things that, creative or philosophical, educational things. There's a wide variety of courses that we offer for all of our members.
Oh, that is great. Now, I'm always wondering, what does OLLI stand for?
So OLLI stands for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, and that's really the heart of our program is we promote lifelong learning. And Mr. Osher, his name is Bernard, and he is still alive at
Wow.
age 96 or 97. And he is grew up in Old Orchard Beach, Maine. And he went to Bowdoin. And when he went to Bowdoin, after he graduated, his family owned a hardware store in Old Orchard Beach. And for anybody who still goes to Old Orchard Beach, there's an amusement park on the boardwalk. And Mr. Osher, Bernard, bought that and ran it, and worked in his family's hardware store. And then he moved to the West Coast and founded the World's Bank. And he had a passion for lifelong learning. So he and his wife have set up this foundation that funds 124 of these OLLI operations nationwide, one in at least one in every state. And they're still involved. I was at a conference for OLLI in October, and he came just to say hello. So
Ooh,
he has this lifelong, talk about lifelong learning at age 97, but he came to learn what are all these OLLI organizations doing? And so a really lovely tribute, but the heart and the soul of the mission is really lifelong learning for adults, older adults.
amazing. Amazing. So
Yeah.
no, I mean, why did he create it? I mean, I can see where it's such an amazing thing.
Why he did, I can't speak to, but I think that, well, I can. I think he saw the intrinsic value of having lifelong learning that would help perpetuate and grow people over a course of a lifetime in that value that brings. So we know that there are some inherent values and some benefits to lifelong learning where you're socializing with others, you are building your cognitive learning skills, you are staying active, you are volunteering. We know things like adult learners often, there are some values and some benefits around reduced dementia and causing a dementia. Personal fulfillment. I mentioned that botanicals class. I have never seen 20 women more excited about completing a beautiful art project and thinking that they just did that. And that was important to him. Improved overall health when we think about all of the get out in your communities or explore or come out for a hike or a walk or any of those things, every day we're talking about improved health. We have two courses this term, or we had two courses. Um, uh, how to, grow older gracefully and successfully, and the things that older adults need to know, and one about hearing loss. And again, not your typical course that you would find in college or in high school, but it's a form of learning, right? Being adaptable. I think that he found change was going to happen in the world and that it was just really easy to keep people updated and engaged so that they are more adaptable and more willing to change as change occurs, and just an increased quality of life. We see our OLLI members much like what I would assume your GSA members are, where they get together socially, they go out for lunch as part of our lunch groups and connect with others. And it gets them out into the community, out with others, and improves the quality of their life.
I said this is why I just love the OLLI program. It parallels a lot of our own values here for Granite State Ambassadors.
Sure.
Um, and I know we share a core of volunteers, which is wonderful. We have such a fantastic crossover.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, absolutely.
and it really is an amazing organization. And I'm really appreciative that you can share that with our group. And I know you've got your fall term coming right up.
We
Um,
do. We
yeah, and
just ended our spring term and we're already looking ahead to fall of 2024, where we have about 170 courses being offered. And so about 30 of them are on Zoom. But that means that there are 140 or so courses being offered across the state in a classroom or out in the community for our members to enjoy. So we are starting our fall term on August 26th, and registration opens on August 5th, which is a Monday as well. And one of the very first classes we're offering this term, again, fun and a brand new presenter for us. He presented this term, is Mike Morin, who many of your GSAs may know, was a local radio host here in the southern New Hampshire for many years. And he wrote a book that he came and talked about in the spring on the Red Arrow Diner and the 100-year anniversary of the Red Arrow Diner, and how did it come to be? Who's visited the Red Arrow? Why is it what it is? Really fun class. This time he's coming on August 27th here in Manchester, and he's doing a course on the history of candlepin bowling, which is
wow.
really funny because the way that he tells the story, or introduces the story, is that back in its heyday, candlepin bowling had better TV ratings than the Red Sox or the Bruins. Kind of interesting. And so we're really excited to have Mike back, but a wide variety of courses like Mike's for the 140 courses starting at the end of August.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I saw one on the gas holder. I thought that was pretty neat.
Oh, in Concord, yes.
Yeah.
So, the New Hampshire Preservation Alliance is going to do a course for us. I think that's in the beginning of December. And she's doing a course on the history of that infamous gas holder as you drive up the hill, coming into Concord off the highway, and what they're doing to preserve it and how did it ever come to be. Really interesting topic, and that's a brand new one for us this term.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And then there was one that piqued my interest too about the stories of the White Mountain's history.
Up in North Conway. So he is doing a history on the hiking in the White Mountains, and the evolution of today's well-known regional trail system up there, which is ever growing. I think I just saw something that said a dog completed all 48 footers in the state of New Hampshire. Um, but he's going to cover everything from hiking to the beautiful grand hotels to the railroad system that was up there. And that's a new class for us as well.
Oh, that is great. I cannot wait to go peruse the catalog. Is the catalog out?
The catalog will come out the week, will be in mailboxes sometime the week of ish, July 4th. So it is being finalized as you and I speak, and then it will be off to the printer and then to the mail house.
Well, I'll be looking forward to getting it.
It's a lot of there are some really wonderfully unique courses, new tours. One of the most popular tours that we offered this term was out at Alnoba in Kensington.
Oh, yes, yes.
And our members had such a wonderful time doing it that we're going back. Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, always a winning tour for us. Um, but then our standard courses. So we have learning the iPad and the iPhone because many of our members are getting connected digitally and they have that phone, but they don't know how to use it and they'd like to FaceTime with their grandchildren or with their friends. So we have two presenters who teach that every term. And so they will be offering that course in Concord. Films classes. So we offer this term, we have three films classes, either in Concord or in Manchester. And one of them is being done right around the holiday time. So it's holiday classic movies. Um, just a depth and breadth of courses that are amazing.
Oh, yeah, I know I enjoyed the little sneak peek that I got with just a few samplings, but wow, I'm looking forward to getting the full catalog. So
Great.
now I heard that you've got some exciting changes for
We are.
your courses.
We are. So, for the last 4 or 5 years, we have been located in Manchester in the Brady Sullivan Tower at 1750 Elm Street. And starting this fall, our Manchester campus will actually be at UNH Manchester on Commercial Street. So that's the building that's right in front of the Foundry Restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
on the corner of Commercial and Granite.
Yes.
So we are really excited about that move to be in a college campus itself, um, and to see what that brings to us. So we have a couple of classrooms that we will be using up on the third floor, and are really excited about the opportunity of being on a real college campus.
Oh, that's nice. That's a beautiful building inside. I know we had one of our awards luncheons they hosted there for us.
Yeah, it is. It's big news for us.
That is fantastic.
And in Concord, we continue to use the facilities at NHTI.
Hmm.
And we also use, for our craft classes and some of our larger classes, we are at Citywide Community Center. Out on the seacoast, we use a building out in off of Commerce Ave with UNH Professional Development and Training. And in North Conway, we either use the Pope Memorial Library, the Conway Public Library, or we're at the Gibson Center for seniors. So we are all over the place with our courses, and we hope that folks will come and see us.
Oh, that's fun. Perfect locations too. I mean,
Yeah.
you really have it covered for the state.
And
So now,
not to mention all the times that we're not even in a classroom and we're out in the community. So, yeah.
yes. And now you offer a lot of other types of programming in addition to the classes, don't you?
We do. So we have what we call shared or special interest groups, and those are groups of like-minded people who just like to talk about a topic. So, for instance, we have a quilting SIG, we call them SIGs, in Concord, where women bring the work that they are working on and they bring their sewing machines and they set up in a room for about 3 hours every other week and they quilt together. We have movie clubs and book clubs. We have hiking or walking clubs or snowshoeing clubs. And these are all activities that in general are free to our members to participate in. There's no additional cost. It's just part of being an OLLI member that you can access one of these groups no matter where you live or no matter where the group meets. And we have lunch bunches where our members will gather together and they'll have lunch. And we're sort of borrowing an idea and using it a couple of places around the state this summer. Instead of lunch bunches and going to a restaurant, our members are meeting up at local ice cream shops and enjoying
Ooh,
ice creams and just being together and being social. Again, one of our core values, improving socialization, staying connected. So we know our OLLI members see each other during our terms, but when our terms aren't in session, it's a little harder to meet up. So we're giving them those opportunities as well. And then we also do something that you've participated in as the director for Granite State Ambassadors. We do lunch and learns. So we invite our members to bring a bag lunch and we provide beverages and really great desserts. And we have a speaker come in and talk about something that's near and dear to their heart. So one of the lunch and learns that we'll be hosting upcoming is Joe McQuaid, who was the publisher of the New Hampshire Union Leader. And he wrote about a book about his parents' love affair during World War II. So he's going to come and speak about his book and about his parents in World War II. And they're just, again, opportunities for our members to get together, no cost, just come and enjoy. We have a travel club, and our travel club recently went to the JFK Museum in Boston, where we provide a motor coach, put them on a bus, get them to wherever they're going for a day of education. And so there are costs that are associated with that, but we had nearly 40 members who went to the JFK Museum and had a wonderful time. So lots of additional membership benefits of being an
mhm.
OLLI member.
For those people who now they're all excited about OLLI, as I am, um, how do we join? How do we get involved and take advantage of some of these?
So one of the things that folks can do if you'd like to become an OLLI member, it is a $40 annual membership. And now is a perfect time to sign up. And you can sign up online at our website at unh.edu/OLLI. You can visit our website. It's got a ton of information. All of our fall courses will be listed out there over the next couple of weeks. They're not quite out there yet, but they will be. Or you can always call us at 603-255-3553, and we can help you become a member over the phone. So there's that $40 annual membership fee to become a member. And then if you'd like to sign up for courses, our courses start at $20 per course. And that fluctuates depending on the number of classes in a course or if there are materials or admission fees associated with that course. But it's still a very reasonable investment.
Sure
And
is.
we would welcome your GSA volunteers and members to become an OLLI member and join the fun.
So if I were an OLLI member and I've got a friend who's interested, um, what's the best way for me to go about that?
So, one of the tricks of the trade is that if you are an OLLI member and you'd like to bring a friend, if there's room in our classes, we always invite members to bring a friend for free and show them all the great things about OLLI and to encourage them to become an OLLI member as well. And that's as simple as calling our office to say, I registered for a course and I'd like to bring a friend. Is there room for me to do so? And we'll gladly have your friend join us as long as we have room in the class.
That's what a great deal.
It is a
Wonderful
great
way to
deal.
build your community. I'm really excited that we were able to catch up with you today because it's always a pleasure. We'll be working on some future partnerships with your organization to bring both of our members even a little bit more excitement.
I look forward to it. Thank
That's
you for
great.
having me.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too.